consider their feelings, no obligation. When dealing with ignorance, that you don't deal with it. Headed for tragedy.
IntellectualRadio.com. Your host, Tyrone Muhammad. The trust had to make a run and can't be here, but we got this here. We got a lot to talk about. And also, that being said, you could call in at 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953. And as always, as I said before, this show is sponsored by Support Your Local Weed Man. Support Your Local Weed Man Prohibition Cafe on 2113 South State Street. So let's get it. Let's talk about it. There's a lot of issues that's coming down the pipeline. And I want to just say this to us. I thank you all for supporting a lot of endeavors and initiatives that I've been able to put forth and over the years. And I just want to say that openly to thank you to those who have shown great support for us. Even thank you to those who have supported Intellectual Radio. Because this has been one of my first homes, straight out of prison, coming here and having a voice and just being a part of this intellectual radio culture and family has been a great experience and a great opportunity. And we've made so many connections and expanded in so many areas with the community. And so I would say again, thank you for your support. We have a lot going on out here in terms of politics, economics, and in that case, I would even say religions. We have a lot going on. We have to in every one of those aspects, we have to find our lane. There's no one lane to help our communities. Y'all know me. I'm talking about the independent run that I'm on, and pushing that agenda, just to be able to stand in the middle of the left and the right to give our people something, an alternative. And in my view, it's not about winning and losing. It's about bringing the issue, making the issues real, and forcing the politicians and those who have the audacity to run to have to deal with your questions and your answers. Because I would never sit on the stage and allow them to escape anything. I'm gonna make them answer the question. This is the difference between me. I was just talking to a sister today, and we were just in the same. I think she was in the restaurant, and I was just talking to her about my potential. We'll be announcing on the 24th of this month my run for Senate, and then filing the necessary paperwork. But I was just talking to her like the difference between somebody like me running for office, that I am the hood, I am the community, I am gonna touch people that a Dick Durbin would never touch. I would touch people that a Juliana Stratton would never touch. I would touch people that those individuals would never touch. They would never see you. You would never see them. My goal is, I'm not going to say it because we're going to roll it out as an initiative, but none of them would out-touch the people like I would. I'm not going to allow them to. I ain't never going to outwork me, because, see, they too busy placating and running just to be seen, or running just to fit into a party position. I'm running to be a servant. I'm running for the people to tell me what I need to do. See, everybody come to you, they come in this line of what they're going to do, and they always got to have, what are your points? But they never put the people first. They haven't put the people first. And then even once they get there, even if the policy is wrong, they'll support it. They'll support that policy just because it's a party position. They're not independent in their thinking, their thoughts. They're slaves to a party. That is not how politics is supposed to work. If the people send you to office, then you got to listen to them, not the party. The party is not to be listened to. It's about what you all want. So I'm pleased and I'm thankful, because I view it as an opportunity to be a servant in the position. I want to be a servant. I want to be a servant, and I was born to be a servant. And that's probably that's my Achilles heel, trying to bring. I think I would say bringing our people, trying to bring our people together, and trying to let us help us to rise together. But sometimes it seems like some people you put in the boat put a hole in it, and after you patch it up, you got to get rid of them because they're not civilized to ride in the same boat that we are. So thank you all once again for the support. But go to that Tyrone, put it like the Tyrone for Senate. Tyrone for Senate.us. That's Tyrone, Tyrone, for FOR, Senate, SENATE.us. And I'm going to pin that on there so that y'all can see it as well. But with that, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to represent the people. Now, y'all asked me what happened today at the county building, right? Not the county, the city hall. We had a press conference scheduled before the mayor's conversation in his office. But once we arrived there, we was told we couldn't go on the 5th floor. Now, I may be wrong, but I think that's very disrespectful. No, I'm not wrong. For you to tell the people where they can and can't go, and then the barriers that they put in place since Brandon Johnson became the mayor, where you're blocking people from going upstairs. I used to be able to go to the 5th floor in the mayor's office and ask for directions and ask when this is happening, when the next community anything is happening, when is the mayor available. That's on the daily administration. I was even able to go up there on the 5th floor under Lori's administration. Then I was in prison under Brahms administration. But for the most part, they had an open door policy a little bit, somewhat, and all the barriers to entry and access to the city hall, the people house. The city hall should be about the people's business. But when you're playing politics, you don't want to address or be confronted by the people. You hide behind the police, you hide behind structures, you hide behind the barriers that you put up to, even after we've been searched and went and gone through the metal detectors. We still go through another check-in procedure. Your name on the list? On the list of what? Go to the mayor's office? It's not like you walking in the mayor's office. You walk into a reception area where we should be able to go up there and get information. Not just call on the phone or look on the website. I should be able to physically go and see the mayor. I should be able to see the mayor on my own. Well, in that case, we went to do Resurrect Chicago. You are about to see a lot of that go on because the violence, the bloodshed of our community and our people, we're tired of it. And we're asking for it to end today. And we're asking for the resources for us as Black men now. And that's what Resurrect Chicago is about, Earl. Getting Black men back on board so we can start to build and deal with our little homies and at-risk youth that's violating the community. We're being encouraged. That was blocked today with our press conference. Our mayor blocked us from having a press conference in City Hall on the 5th floor while our mayor was in the office talking about reduction in violence with Superintendent Snelling, reduction in shootings, which tells me that they're really not serious. They do talking points and they play games with the people. Because if you're really about reducing violence, how do you deny Black men an opportunity to talk and speak about how we unify and how we build or ask for assistance so that we can create a space whereby we can come together as Black men to start doing some of this serious work of tapping into these communities? We was blocked from doing that at City Hall. Yet we have a mayor on a whole apology tour in our neighborhoods. He's on a whole apology tour, talking about why he should on a listening tour. But here we are at the City Hall trying to tell him and the community and even the president, don't be vindictive to us because you don't like the mayor or because J.B. Pritzker and them want to double down after they lost, after the people told them what they wanted. They want to double down and say negative things about the person that's in office when we need the resources from Washington. So we as a people get denied the resources because we have a governor, we have idiots that think they can say something to the president, disrespectful, no diplomacy, to say, do you know what? They want to double down on the very issues that lost them the elections in the first place. You want to piss the president off, and the only people that suffer is not that billionaire. He don't have an issue with money. The billionaire, he don't suffer. He has all the money in the world. In fact, he fund and he control most of the Democratic candidates. He put money in their coffers and he make them move and do as he say. So, but then we got a mayor who doubles down. Already a deficit in this city. We're already functioning from a deficit. Yet their mouth seem to continue to cash, write checks that their mouth can't cash. I guess that's what you could say. It's a shame that we have to suffer in our communities. We're talking about DEI and all the different aspects of money and things and programs that's been cut out. Well, how you think it's going to be better? If you're talking about the very person we asking to write a budget and not cut, how you ask somebody not to cut your money and then call them all type of names? Anyway, like you gonna ask me for something and I'm gonna call you. I mean, you gonna call me all types of names and expect me to give you something? It don't work like that. Human beings are very vindictive, and Trump is no different. And we got egos, and a lot of times people feel that masculinity is being challenged. Their manhood is very unfortunate that we still have people that say they support us, but yet they don't try to work with the president. But these the same people would tell me to work with the mayor, who hasn't given us nothing in our communities, not a dime. Well, he gave his cronies and people that he actually messed with something. But I'm saying across the board, his work is abysmal when it comes to our communities. He done waited all the way after he done gave the migrants everything, and there ain't nothing else to give. He want an apology tour. He want a fact-finding tour. He want to do an information tour. What happened to the information when we was asking them why was he that we didn't want the non-citizens in our communities taking up the people resources, positioning themselves to harm and hurt the people in violence, not knowing where these people come from when they land them and put them in our community that's already blighted, disinvested in, impoverished. What was that listening to it then? Yeah, we a lot of people that keep on coming in our community and playing in our face every election season. Every election season. I got news for y'all. Y'all can listen to me if y'all want real quick. I mean, say this number again. That's 708-223-8953. IntellectualRadio.com. 708-223-8953. I encourage you to go subscribe and share. Go subscribe and share. Don't just watch me. Go and subscribe to IntellectualRadio.com and share it. Share this feed and be a part of the change you want to see. Help and tell somebody about it. Yeah. So I'm going to say this to you. We're done. I don't think we'll ever see a black mayor, Earl, for at least 20 years. I don't think we'll ever see a black mayor again, honestly. I don't believe we will see a black mayor again in Chicago. I've been pretty right about some political stuff. I think I think I'm batting pretty good on my information about politics. I've been batting pretty good. I think I'm batting about what's the highest what's the biggest batting percent? I'm 700. I'm batting 700. That's big, ain't it? If a person batting 700, he should be almost a billionaire as a baseball player, shouldn't he? I'm batting. I got a good batting average. And I don't think we'll be a while before. Then we got a strong Speaker of the House who's trying to, and Chris Welch, who's trying to bring black electeds together to be about the business of taking care of our communities and black people. I know I've had these conversations. We didn't always see eye to eye. But I'm looking to give him a chance. And I tried to give Brandon a chance. I even tried to get oh boy, JB Pritzker, Governor Pritzker a chance. But y'all explain to me, when the last time y'all have seen JB Pritzker come through our neighborhoods? Please. Now, if I'm lying, please let me know. If it ain't a quick photo op at a church. When the last time you ever seen them walk through the community? After his apology tour for calling them for referring to blacks as the lesser of the two ends, pretty much, we haven't seen him. Yet we have all these people who sit around and support him when he don't even support our communities the way that we supported him. It's time out for us being foolish. That's why we had to create the Independent Party of America. You're going to hear more about the Independent Party of America. Let me see. Somebody said something. Let me see. I want to make sure I get everybody who did say something. Man. How you doing, Cynthia Hayes? Everything good? Walt Weezy, last call. I pinned that number there already. It's 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. The phone is ready to go. But they play in our face every single day. It ain't all our black politicians. I think with Chris Welch, Speaker Welch, we're starting to build a real, I think, coalition. Then we got Senator Preston, young senators, state senator. Then we got Senator Lakeisha Collins, young senators, still green but full of fight. Green but full of fight. Green but very knowledgeable. Green but eager to transform the reality. And now we are sitting here fighting for our right to coexist alongside other populations and groups, where we get the resources necessary for us. We got a governor talking about a budget, telling us we have to cut things if we want things. I'm going to say it again. You need to cut this if you want that. Why he give everything to everybody else, why he give all the resources to non-citizens, but tell us if we want if certain elected officials want certain things in the budget for their community, we have to cut the stuff that we most need in our community. Here we are talking about what Trump is cutting, and we got a whole Democratic governor openly talking about cutting and removing funds from organizations that need those vital funds. Forget DEI. We're talking about real funding that's necessary, that's been necessary for our community to survive. And this guy here is already taking an axe to it. But his budget can't pass if he don't give us what we need. That's why we go to Springfield, people. Y'all don't go to Springfield. Y'all don't show up to Springfield to show your support for your black elected officials. They can't serve you if you don't support them. They can't properly serve you and give you everything you need for your community to survive if we never get off the couch. Man, the last I look, I haven't seen nobody complain more than black people about their conditions. The last I look, I haven't seen no one, no group, no subsets of cultures or people complain more than black people about the conditions and the issues in their neighborhood. Yet you all are nowhere to be seen when it come time for lobby day or come time for community day to show up. I think the 30th is our next action day. The 30th, if somebody watching and listening that know what I'm saying, type in a day or action day for Springfield. The next day, I think, where we all go down and stand collectively about the issues with our elected officials. I think it's the 30th. I don't want to quote no wrong day. I want to be precise. But we can no longer just stand back and watch and then complain about what we're not receiving, what's happening in our community. The biggest thing to me is public safety, because I work in that space, and workforce development. On every socioeconomic level, we are at the bottom, black people. On every socioeconomic level, we are at the bottom of the barrel. We have no true workforce to get the. I love what our president is doing right now. Our president is a gangster. He's an OG. He's saying, hey, and I went back to look at the history, Earl. Hillary Clinton said it, that we need to put tariffs on China. Obama said it, that China is taking advantage of us. But the moment Donald Trump said, and both of them from last I looked was Democrats, they want to make it about party opposed to about America. They all said they would put tariffs on it. Hillary said it. If she won, that's what she would do. Obama said it, but didn't do it. China been milking us for decades. We buy everything from them. And we paying high tariffs. We keep their economy up. If America stops shopping, China will go down. And the prices will go down. Even the stuff y'all spending money on. And most of that stuff, the knockoffs, we were just reading something where all of the China revealed that your Gucci, Pucci, Louis, Gucci, and everybody else, Dolce and Gabbana, all that crap is made over there. You think you're getting the highest quality of product. China making your stuff. They making that stuff and sell it to you, something they make for $20 and sell it to you for $2,000. Man, we crazy. We such consumers. We're such consumers. It makes no sense. Once again, you're listening to the Frontline Show. Today's sponsors, of course, y'all see it. Support your local weed man, and Prohibition TH Cafe. Support your local weed man, Prohibition TH Cafe, 2113 South State Street. Hey, go to the website, prohibitioncafe.com, prohibitionthcafe.com, and get your tickets because they're going fast for our 420 event. We got a 420 shutdown of State Street. We are taking control of 21st and State Street. All day. We got Reggie's locked down next door. We got a Prohibition Cafe locked down, and we're going to bring all the people. We got Moke buses. We got all type of entertainers. We got Do or Die, Crucial Conflict, Taco. We got a lot of group, Right Way. We got a lot of groups that's coming there. Somebody, sister named Sweet Juices. I haven't heard of her yet. She's been there. How you like her, Earl? All right, Sweet Juices is performing. Man, we're gonna be the baddest 420 extravaganza and event taking place on State Street, 2113 South State Street. Come in and get your tickets inside, or go to prohibitionthcafe.com and purchase your tickets on the website. But you could come in physically and buy your tickets at Prohibition TH Cafe, 2113 South State. You're welcome to come in also and to enjoy our games and everything we have there. It's such a beautiful atmosphere, and we are the culture of what we building and what we creating. We represent that culture, and we want to make sure that everybody in this space, Black social equity win. Want to make sure Black Hemp, Illinois Black Hemp Association win for the other people, Black people in hemp. They win. So we support your local weed, man. Is that brand, and we are working every day to make sure that we have a voice in this space, we have ownership in this space, and we become the ones we become the real, true social equity business owners. And that way, all the resource revenue can go into product and development, manufacturing, rather, as well as opening up healthy wellness hubs that like even with us, at least 30% or more of our customers are 60 and over and dealing with pain and then managing pain from our hemp products. And they live by it, and they come every day almost to make sure, because they're escaping the opioids, they're escaping the pills that the doctor prescribed for them for pain and relief. They're managing, self-medicating with natural remedies and products. That's what we've been able to do, build out our wellness space, and that's the future of medicine anyway, and they know it. Pharmaceuticals in trouble. It's no coincidence that everybody is trying to get in this space. So with that being said, I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank good evening. Made in America. Hey, I said they need us. Absolutely, Nigel. Give me a call. That's 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. Absolutely, they need us. We're doing a major voters registration. Be on the lookout for my flyer as well as my call. We're doing a major voter registration. My goal is to do 200 to 2,000 voter registrars. We're going to do some different stuff this election. 2026, we're going to transform the landscape even more from the grassroots level of what an election or what an independent run look like. So we're going to run slates. We're going to run our slates for water rec. We're going to run our slates for state reps. We're going to run our slates for aldermen. We're going to run our slates. I'm telling you, we're going to run our slate, and we're going to be looking for a mayoral candidate to line up behind. I bet you that. I hope we could get somebody that's ready to run for governor that can actually win. We need a gubernatorial candidate that we could get behind, that we could believe in. Because at this point, I don't see one. We'll be end up voting for a no-namer or some Republican that step in this place. But we can't. I'm telling you, we're not voting for that other person. I ain't saying the name. We got to push against everybody that's violate us. Everybody. We have to push up. What's up, Bob Israel? I see you. 708-223-8953. But yeah, we got to stand on this. It's imperative that we do voters registration and get our people out. Maureen Forte, let's go. I need that. We're gonna be out in the south suburbs doing voters registration and getting the people knowledgeable about their power and their vote. We most definitely will. We got a few minutes left. I want to say, please, no, we don't. Let's go. But we want to get our people empowered and be about the business of the change that they want to see. This is not rocket science. This thing is real, it's live, and we have to transform our communities. We've waited on them long enough. I could talk all day about it. We've waited on them long enough. And it's very important that we participate. It's like you all out there watching. Be ready. Be on the lookout. Voters registration. Y'all know some people who haven't registered to vote. Y'all know some people who haven't registered. Y'all know I want y'all to be willing to be voters registrars, to register other people to vote. So we need to be the change we want to see. We need to take charge of our community for the better. So I'm not gonna keep y'all alone today. I'm not gonna keep you alone today. I got other stuff to do. I got business to handle. I just wanted to check in today and make sure that I say that. More than anything, I'm gonna say it again. We got to usher our community into the process of politics. It was politics that brought the migrants in. It was politics that used rationalization to justify funding. And then they start saying that wasn't from our money, or it came from the such and such and such and such. It didn't come from this. It came from the such and such and such. Why is it that when it comes to us in our community, they always rationalize about what money comes from for somebody else, but don't justify and rationalize why they can't go get some money to fix our situation? I'm talking about our own people. Our own people, man. They always rationalize spending money when it's for somebody else, but then say, no, you can't spend that funding. We can't pull from here. We can't take from that. When it comes to black people needing something from this government, they can never find the money to house homeless women and children. I can't understand that, man. But I watched them house non-citizens in whole hotels. And then not only did they household citizens, they actually paid security to protect them. They paid agencies to manage them. Then they paid private catering and food companies to feed them. Look at all the billion. Most of those companies were Latino-owned companies. They weren't black. I think out of the billions that was spent in Chicago, I don't think 1% of that was black people. Not 1%. We held the security jobs. We held a few other jobs. But we did not manage that money. We did not manage those buildings. We did not manage the food service. We did not manage I don't think we managed the cleanup. I don't even think we got paid as companies for cleaning up. I don't think we did. All that came from elected officials who play game with the migrant crisis. And they play in our communities with that first. I know. Because I remember the first bus coming from, I remember Andre Smith going to jail or stopping the first bus. And then we went to jail for Wadsworth over there for trespassing on a public, it used to be a public school. How you trespass on that? Once the government say it's government property, state-owned or state-ran property. They can classify anything they want to classify it as when they want to justify and rationalize BS. They rationalize and justify our resources being spent. And then they say, well, we didn't send them here. The governor sent them here. Yeah, but you're a sanctuary city. You gave them sanctuary against the wishes and judgment of our community. You know the one thing I wonder about, Earl, all of the black people, the white citizens, the white black citizens, even the Latino citizens, a lot of them was murdered by migrants. A lot of them was victimized, home invasion, robbed. A lot of them was raped. I'm wondering who's responsible for that. If these are the people that the sanctuary cities have sheltered, shouldn't the government be sued for the injury it caused on the citizens? Man, the government caused a lot of pain on citizens all around the country. Our government hands is bloody from the murder and bloodshed of American citizens by the hands or at the hands of migrants, at the hands of non-citizens. I got 5 more minutes I want to start, and I'm gonna shut it down. We have to stop allowing people to violate us with no repercussions. People violate us every day with no repercussions. Not even our vote. We continue to vote the same way over and over and over again. The good thing that I've seen, we've been able to witness is that across the board, from the top of the state, country to the bottom of the country, from north, south, east, and west, we saw a difference in the voting patterns of the people. And what that said to me was that the people wanted something different. They wanted something different. They didn't want to keep in the same line. They are absolutely tired. They're tired and still tired. And they still take your vote for granted. Even after you showed them and we've been very vocal in every city about how we felt the government treated us by flooding our communities with the non-citizens, by pushing gender affirming stuff on our families and our children. We got people that's black that's trans before they black. I don't understand it. I'm not disparaging them. I'm saying that you're not gonna die or get killed because you trans. You're gonna die because you black. We getting murdered in these communities not because our gender. You're not being victimized necessarily because of your gender. We're being victimized because of the psychosocial conditioning of these communities. And you just happen to be trans or gay that get caught up in the mix, like all of us. More women and children are murdered every year than any other, especially black, than any other women and children, than any other nationality, ethnicity of women and children. Black women and children are the most victimized in society. So stop talking about that other stuff. And we talking black men and black women, whatever you identify as, black men and black women are more victimized than any other group, subset, population. That's the issue. Violence anywhere is violence everywhere. We stop looking at violence based on color, based on gender. Start looking at violence as a social norm in America that we have to break. See, then you got sympathy. Then we can work together. But if you use your gender as a basis and a tool to justify funding and to pimp death to get funding, then you just as guilty as them. You just as guilty because you using your condition and what's happening as a rationalization justified for funding so you could be a part of the pimping America or pimping the communities of resources that they need. So let's get on top of our voters registration. Let's get on top of our economics, our workforce development, so that we can put the people back to work. That's why I say I love what Trump is doing. He's a gangster. He's an OG. He's saying, listen, we need to create manufacturing. If you want to come back over here, come on, car companies. Come on, steel mills. Come on. They still building buildings. Make those products over here so our people can consume them, so our people can manufacture them. Make them here. And we're going to give you an incentive to do so. That's what the president said. So, Earl, give us let me let my music play as I talk out and close out. So we'll be back on Thursday, Cause of Trust and I got some announcements to make, and I do it Thursday, and I'm telling y'all, we have to do better as a community. We have to do better as a community. And if we don't, we ain't gonna be here no way. Your complaints don't even matter because we're not gonna be here. We're not gonna be here. Y'all listen to these words real quick as we close out. Listen to these words. Sister's on it. What's his name? What is it? Queen Prophecy. We can find her music at Earl.
You wanted a purge, open season. So drunk with illusion, don't see me coming.
Spotify, Queen Prophecy. Listen to these words.
To nobody's norms. I'm cleaning us up, sending the storms. I love a vibration, increasing the pressure. You feeling my strength? This is my pleasure. You cannot handle this intellect. Hey.
Sponsored by Support Your Local.
You cannot handle this intellect. Hey. Hey. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. Dimensional paradise savage. Woo. Call me the messenger. Hey, hey, hey. Call me the messenger. Hey, hey. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. Dimensional paradise savage. Second verse I can count here. I'm counting days. This truth you see coming, go make you shame. They've been
see y'all Thursday.
Domination. Consider their feelings no obligation. When dealing with ignorance, that you don't get with it. Headed for tragedy because you
2113 Prohibition, South State Prohibition TH.
What? This is America. The rise and the fall of a fake nation. A true psychological situation. We suffer from years of defamation. I said it too mad, do something about it. You all in your feelings ain't got